Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial nutrition trends making the rounds on social media, the so-called sugar diet. Yup, some influencers are now claiming that sugar, even in large amounts, is not only safe, but healthy. So, is this just social media hype, or is there actually some science behind it? Let's break it down. Pros, cons, and what it means if you're battling type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. So what exactly is the sugar diet? At its core, this diet promotes eating large amounts of sugar-rich foods, often from fruit, fruit juice, rice, honey, and even table sugar, while minimizing fat intake. The idea comes from a few online voices like those of Cole Robinson and Mark Bell in the health and fitness space who argue that glucose, which is blood sugar, is the body's preferred fuel. They claim that sugar can support thyroid function, reduce stress hormones like cortisol, and provide quick, clean energy. Unlike low-carb diets like keto and carnivore, which use ketones from fat as the body's primary fuel. This is sometimes combined with a Ray Peat-inspired approach. Ray Peat was a controversial PhD biologist who passed away in 2022 at the age of 86. He promoted a diet aimed at resolving hormonal imbalances by emphasizing natural sugars, like those in honey, fresh fruit, fruit juice, and milk, with a minimal amount of fats and lean protein. Believe it or not, there are a few potential upsides, at least for some people, in the short term. Quick energy boost. Sugar, especially simple sugars like glucose and fructose, are rapidly absorbed and can raise energy levels without the frequent crashes as long as sugar consumption remains high throughout the day. Temporary support for low thyroid function. Some studies suggest that short-term carb or sugar intake can slightly raise active thyroid hormone, T3 levels, which may benefit people with sluggish metabolism. Cortisol reduction, undereating, or low-carb stress can sometimes elevate cortisol. Sugar, being a fast fuel source, may reduce perceived stress levels in some situations. But, and it's a big but, those benefits come with major risks, especially if you're insulin resistant or diabetic. Now here's where the sugar diet could potentially fall apart, especially for people who are struggling with blood sugar issues. Overstresses the pancreas. Simple sugars enter the bloodstream very quickly, with the potential to cause blood sugar to spike and crash frequently. This means more stress on the pancreas's insulin-producing beta cells, higher circulating insulin, followed by eventual beta cell burnout. Promotes fat storage. Excess sugar in a sedentary person is converted to and stored as body fat, especially around the liver and abdomen, the hallmark of metabolic dysfunction. Increases hunger and cravings. Refined sugars lack satiety. They often stimulate hunger soon after eating, especially when not paired with fat or protein. Increases risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Fructose, found in fruit juice and table sugar, is metabolized in the liver and contributes directly to liver fat accumulation when overconsumed. Worsens insulin resistance. Chronically high sugar intake leads to cellular resistance to insulin, one of the key pathways to type 2 diabetes. The latest science is clear. A 2023 study in Hepatology Communications found that added sugar consumption is a primary driver of insulin resistance and fatty liver disease. Another study published in Advances in Nutrition in 2025 showed that increasing sugar intake significantly raises the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. A meta-analysis published in 2023 showed that even for healthy individuals, higher intake of free sugars is associated with higher risk of cardiovascular disease, weight gain, and metabolic dysfunction. So, while sugar is technically not toxic, excess sugar, especially without physical activity, is a recipe for metabolic disaster. So what's the verdict on the sugar diet? Yes, sugar provides quick energy. Yes, it might offer a metabolic boost in the short term for certain individuals. But for most people, especially those with blood sugar issues, excess weight, or sedentary lives, the risks seem to far outweigh any possible benefits. Instead of extreme sugar loading, focus on whole foods, low glycemic carbs, healthy fats and proteins, and regular movement. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Have you seen anyone promoting the sugar diet? What do you think? See you in the next video. Stay smart, stay healthy.